Hi everyone, this is Andres from Planyard. Today we're having a talk with Ian Holford from Bristol, UK. So Ian is running a development business and is sharing his experience with Planyard and how it's integrated to Xero accounting system. Ian, how are you?
Good morning, how are you? Very well, thank you.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, so Ian, can you tell us a bit about Higi House and what you're doing?
Certainly. Well, Higi House as a company operate in a couple of different spheres within the property world, largely based around co-living properties, service accommodation and apart hotels. At the heart of that, what we do is design and deliver amazing living and working spaces to provide homes for working young professionals, sometimes in the mature student market, and we also provide accommodation for short and medium term lets. We do this in a variety of different cities around the UK, and we also do all of our construction, design, development in-house. So we take care of the principal contracting for ourselves, as well as being the end client who then operates the buildings that we've created.
Okay, so you have been using Planyard for some time. So can I ask you to explain shortly, what is Planyard and what?
So I came, Planyard is essentially a budget management tool, is how I would see it. I came across it in a search, in all honesty, to find a better way of doing what we do, to make my own life easier as not only a director of the company, but really the main project manager. We're still a fairly small team, so we work very close. There's only a handful of us, and I end up running all of the construction development projects. What I wanted was to escape the spreadsheets, to escape the manual data entry, but find a way to keep on top of the budget numbers. It's challenging within a development company to stay on top of your numbers. We have the projects, we have the budgets. On top of that, you have VAT, you have CIS, you have all sorts of incomings and outgoings in and out of your bank account that don't always tally up with exactly the project budget, which is a very specific thing of it that stands on its own right. And what Planyard does is take your project budget, put it very clearly on screen for you, and allows you to account all of your costs, your invoices, your receipts into it as you process them before they go to the accounting department, so that you have a live kind of real-time picture of where your project budget is at any given point. That is essentially set, put up in our case by me or by your project managers. I was finding it quite difficult before. Our record of our projects and our businesses was essentially our accounting software, but it was always lagging behind where we really were in terms of the finances of the project. So I came across Planyard, started having a little trial with them, started working with them, and they've been absolutely brilliant ever since. So we now use them on a regular basis as one of our critical tools for managing project budgets on a day-to-day basis.
Okay. So as there's a lot of users today who are doing the first steps with Planyard and just getting to learn, getting to know the tool. So can you a bit share about how easy or difficult it was to get started, and maybe about how much support did you actually need, or how much support would the new users need?
Yeah, I think it's relatively easy to get started. It all depends on your experience level. It also depends on the size of the company and the project. I think Planyard is actually has capability above and beyond how we use it. We're still a relatively small outfit in terms of the developments we do, the size of the projects we take on. I guess the nice thing for me is I was working personally on the software. I didn't have a whole bunch of project managers to train up as well. But what I did find was that got started with it, had immediate response and support from the team at Planyard, and personal interaction and communication with them, who helped me to go through the initial steps of getting stuff set up, and then working out how to use it and how to best sort of work through and improve it and improve the way we work. So I can honestly say that Planyard is absolutely fantastic, very quick to respond, very sort of progressive in the way they listen to you, listen to your problems and help you solve them. And actually what I found is if we can't solve them, they've gone back and tweaked their software to actually solve it, which has been phenomenal. So it's you know, each country operates slightly differently, each project and construction company run their things slightly differently. So creating a tool that fits the bill and answers those problems for everyone is a challenge, and I think they've done exceptionally well at it, which is why I now use it sort of day in, day out. So yeah, very happy to recommend to anybody. It's been a game changer. It's been a bit of a game changer for us. Yeah.
Thank you. So, but maybe I just also ask you shortly about why do you need the integration with Xero, as you're using Xero for the accounting as the accounting tool? So what does this integration do for you, and how does it work?
So the Xero integration's really good, and it's been a process for us to get used to it, largely because I actually used to use Xero as my project budget management tool. So I had to sort of separate the two out and start trusting Planyard with this half of it and leave the other half to the accounting and the bookkeeping. The integration works quite simply. All the invoices, all the receipts, all the contracts, everything comes through me, or it could be through your project manager, through whoever is responsible for that on a day-to-day basis. And then I process them straight through to Planyard, and that's made very easy by an app. There's also an add-in to Outlook, which is the email client that I use. As soon as I get an invoice in, I can actually just click on a little link and it gets uploaded to Planyard. So then I know it's registered. I can do that on the fly. I can do that while I'm out and about. The invoice is now lodged in Planyard with the budget where it should be, and I don't have to think about it until, say, the end of the week when I'm actually dealing with and processing invoices and receipts. Go into Planyard, make sure that I've accounted for that invoice, looked at it, had a quick check of it, labeled it against the budget where it needs to be, press the button, and then the whole of that financial data and the invoice is taken off and sent off to Xero, and also emailed off to my bookkeeper, who then has all the information she needs to record it correctly in our accounts, and it's sort of job done, as simple as that. So I don't need to worry about that piece of paper or that invoice again. I know that it's not only been set correctly against the budget, but it's also been flown off to accounts. I don't have to send any more emails or do any more work for it to reach both the bookkeeper and then the accountant as well. It's all in Xero.
Yeah, so I think, Ian, that actually does it. So thank you for the time. I think it gives quite a bit of overview about Planyard and what it is, how to get started to new users.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. I'm very happy to recommend, very happy to talk to anybody if they wanted to talk about Planyard, because it's been a great tool for us. And I think there is a market, like I say, I believe from talking to the team that they have capabilities of way above and beyond what we're using it for multi-million-pound projects. For us, we're a little bit smaller in scale. We're building up to that. And I think the software can grow with us and work with us, and the team will support us as we go through that. But for the sort of small to medium sized builder or project manager or client, there is capability within this software to really help you understand your finances and stay on track of your budgets, which is obviously critical to the work that we do. So no, thank you. Pleasure to chat to you again.